a motion to call the Town Board Business Workshop meeting of October 11th, 2012 to order.
I'll make that motion.
Second.
Okay?
Yep.
Flag. I pledge
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
A moment of silence for the military that's serving abroad and in this country. Thank you. The emergency exit is in the back on the right-hand side. We'll have a roll call, please.
Councilwoman Reamer?
Here.
Councilwoman Perotti?
Here.
Councilman Haas?
CJ will be late.
Okay.
On his way.
Councilwoman Doyle?
Here.
And Supervisor Flood?
Here. Public comments?
Hello, I'm here to announce the Amenia Garden Club is going to be doing the big fall bulb giveaway. This way. This Saturday and Sunday, the 13th and the 14th, from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. Right here, out in front. Just pull through the big, huge driveway right out in front of Town Hall. We're going to have a sign right on 22. This year, we're giving away over 15,000 bulbs in honor of our 15th year. Narcissus, the daylilies, some tulips, and Doxa. Those are those little blue flowers. They bloom the same time that forsythia does. Okay, I'm going to put this down, Mike. They bloom the same time they're spring bloomer. They kind of look like little miniature daylilies as far as the green fronds and a cute little blue flower. So over 15,000 flowers we're going to be giving away. Any Amenia resident, please come. We're going to have planting instructions, and any other literature will be there to answer any other plant questions you have. So look for this sign right on, we're going to have 8 frames of these right on 22. Pull into the Amenia Town Hall driveway, get your free flowers. There's one thing we ask, and the only power we have is guilt. Plant half of them by the roadside. By the roadside or visible from the roadside if you have a property with a sloping hill. Because to date, the Garden Club and the Enhancement Committee jointly, when it used to be the Enhancement Committee, has given away more than 70,000 bulbs and had people doing that. And over the years, they propagate and they spread. We would have been seeing 70,000 flowers every spring in all our 5 hamlets. But so we're really going to, all I have is, guilt. But please, if you can plant them by the roadside so they can be visible. You can take half, plant them in your backyard, beautify your own garden, but let's beautify the whole town and all the hamlets. And we are reserving some. Herb's going to get some for Fountain Square. So we're sequestering a few off here and there, and for the town signs and for some other locations. So thank you very much. Please come out. Get your free. It's free. Free, I tell you. Thank
now,
you very
when
much.
would the daylilies bloom?
Excuse me?
When would the daylilies bloom?
Well, we're planting those. We're going to do that. We're going to do some test barrels, and we're doing some in... Okay, we're doing what? You have to help me out.
But are they a late summer or fall or?
All year long.
We're doing an extra early to very late. So they're going to start blooming in May, and they'll go through October.
Okay.
And we're doing it for some of the barrels. We're doing it in the planter by curves in the ground, because perennials are very good there. And I think some at Beekman, right? Yeah, in front of the plaque where the trees are at Beekman. So it will be the daffodils coming up, the Doxa, and then by the time the spring bloomers die back, it'll be one type of lily, and then another, and then another. So they'll be blooming. It'll fill up. You won't have to worry about these are dying back and when do we mow it and turn it back into the grass. So we're trying to get a full year garden, and that's just going to be for display purposes. Like I said, we're going to do, Vicky, I thought we'd do the barrels on where they're always hardest to grow, on the opposite Four Brothers, opposite Fountain Square, that corner. And then they said Beekman, the Curves. Was there a location in Passaic? Borden Park? I think we were going to put some at Borden Park too, so we'll get it through all the hamlets. Thank you for mentioning that, Victoria.
Thank you.
So I think we should just underline, it's tomorrow, Saturday and Sunday, 10 to 4, here at Town Hall. Come by and pick up your free bulbs. So we get that date and time, place.
Sharon Kroger. First, I want to make an apology because a number of times I've had to come in here and speak and then run away. And that isn't really a good civic thing to do, but I have on certain Thursdays another meeting. And it's something I have to get to on the other side of the mountain, and so that's why I leave so quick. It's not because I'm not interested in what you're going to do. I want to speak to the budget for just a minute, very simply. You've been working on that. Just given the situation that we have economically in this country and the situation in which all municipalities are in currently, whether they're on the edge of bankruptcy or not quite on the edge of bankruptcy or a little bit better off, we're all at risk, and it's very important, I think, at this time not to have any raises for anybody. That's my first idea. The second idea is that the town clerk situation is unique, and that is because Patty's working by the hour, and it means that if you add tasks and you're adding hours, she's got to be paid for that, and that should be an increase depending on the tasks that are delineated, and it should be by task. That's different from a professional situation, and she has said many times, in spite of those of us who have requested something else, she has said she is not the town clerk, she will not be the whole town clerk, but she takes tasks and does them by the hour, and that is a big distinction that needs to be understood.
Well, you need to understand it. She's not paid by the hour. She's paid salary as town clerk under New York State law.
But she's not technically the town clerk.
She is technically
It isn't our understanding that she's the town
You've
clerk.
got the wrong information. She is the
Town clerks are elected.
She was appointed town clerk after Maureen Bonds left, by law.
All right,
She's
this is-
acting town clerk.
This is an open question that there's a lot of misunderstanding about.
There's no one to misunderstand. Read the
Okay,
law.
when I say that some of the public is misunderstanding it, then I think it's something that hasn't been clearly understood. And you can have your opinion and express it, but that doesn't mean that the public understands it that way. My third point is that in regard to the two tasks that you have, which are the financial management task, which is delineated as one professional set of tasks, and the town supervisor tasks. I think long ago, when a previous supervisor separated those things and took money for both and then began to take raises on both, that was inappropriate. The public didn't like it. There wasn't much clarified management discussion about it at the time. But I would suggest that you would show very good leadership in this situation if you were to take both of those tasks, reconsolidate them, and not have a raise for it. And that's my suggestion, my three suggestions. Thanks.
She is. Charlotte.
Charlotte Murphy. I wanted to address what has apparently been a decision to drop the committee reports. As a town resident, I always liked to hear what was going on in the different committees and commissions, and we have no way of knowing if it's not announced at a town board meeting or discussed here, because you know, I can't very well, I'm not about to send out requests to the different ones, you know, for information if I don't know what I'm asking for. And I can't certainly attend the meetings and everything, and it always seemed to me that it doesn't really take that long to have the different people, if they have any news to impart, it doesn't take that long to do it. And I also miss the, not that I use it that often, but once in a while, the comments at the end, if something comes up at the meeting that, you know, you might want to ask a question about. It doesn't take that long to do it. And it seems to me that you could keep the meetings within reason as far as length goes. If you do tend to limit comments if they begin to get too lengthy and controversial. Thank you.
To answer your question, the committee reports will come back, and the board did vote to have the public comment at the
Oh,
meeting.
yeah.
So that will be,
Thank you.
we were just tweaking this a little bit, and it will happen.
Okay, thank you.
Anybody else?
I assume that the discussion is going to be the town board and the town board only?
For what?
What?
Discussion,
Of what?
Oh, these discussions,
recreation in particular.
I guess on our agenda?
No, yeah, we have a drag map we did discuss. There's some other things, and that's it. It's not a big deal.
Okay, well, then I want to just report on
Okay?
our,
Are you the chair of the recreation department or no?
no,
Who is?
Christine Ford.
Christine Ford.
She's not, she doesn't make the reports?
She would, but she was out with the bus run.
Okay.
All right. We had a meeting last night, and it was quite lengthy. We enjoyed it. We are deeply concerned about our director. It wasn't in the budget at all, and we had hoped that it would be. Also, there's a misunderstanding about what the town board sponsors and what recreation sponsors. The one thing in particular that most people have been asking about is the cheerleaders. Recreation does not sponsor the cheerleaders. You did it yourself. I assume you represent the town board.
We didn't do that.
We didn't either.
Oh, yes, you did.
No, we didn't. Do we want to
Who
have
paid
a
for the
debate on that?
You paid for the mats, correct?
Yes.
Well, then you sponsor them. We're not the sponsor.
We pay for a lot of things we don't sponsor.
We're not doing it. You know, that's ridiculous, Tom.
Okay, if we were sponsoring it, any money collected would be
You
deposited.
told you didn't want to collect the money. We were at the meeting, right? I don't know where you're coming with it. All right, go ahead.
We have no accountability of this and have nothing at all to do with it. And that's it. But I wanted the people the children that are going to it, and I hope that it's tremendous success, but not with our approval. Thank you.
There should be some oversight.
They voted to have it, right? So there's a total misunderstanding on their end, right? But we'll deal with it later. At this point,
This needs to be dealt with.
right, it has to be dealt. You were at that meeting, right? They voted to do this, right?
Yeah.
There's nothing into it tonight. We'll deal with it. Town clerk's report,
I really don't have anything.
okay.
Mhm.
Basement floor bids, we've got, did you get copies of these? Everybody get copies?
There was just
I have
one.
one.
No, there's two.
Oh, really? I'd only have one.
There are actually 4 bids.
Oh.
Foster Flooring was $3,500. Joseph Balestris and Sons
Mhm,
was
that one I have.
$49,2648. CW Carpentry LLC was $7,750. And then we got a late one from Tim's Building and Maintenance for $1,800. But we had, I had Mary call Mr. Hastings, and he has no insurance of any kind, and he isn't getting any either. That's what his problem.
Okay.
So,
The other bids do have insurance?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
What are the bids again?
35, 49, 26, 48,
And that includes,
all material and everything. All new plywood downstairs this is for the
this is pulling up old tile,
pulling up the old tile downstairs.
putting a new base
putting
underneath?
New base, new tile, and new kick plates around.
CW Carpentry was the 3,500,
No, Foster flooring,
Foster's 3,500. And CW Carpentry was how much?
$7,750. It's 12 by 12. This is Foster Flooring's bid. Commercial vinyl composite tile, 12 by 12, 8-inch thickness, through chip, color off-white, 580 square feet. It's 525 a square foot. It's 3,300. Rip out and disposable tile, re-nail attached seams and plywood, install that tile as per spec. Replace vinyl base with new Johnsonite wall base, 95 linear feet.
So that said it would repair the flooring that Judy mentioned? Okay.
Yep.
Yeah, they have to pull up everything and put a new base down before they can put the new tile. I imagine that tile's old as Methuselah in the yard.
I'm sure.
Pretty old. Someone want to make a motion?
I'll make a motion that we accept Foster Flooring, their bid for 3,500. Was it
Yeah.
3,500 even? Okay.
Yes.
I'll second that.
All in favor?
Read a
Roll call, please.
Councilwoman Reamer?
Yes.
Councilwoman Parodi?
Yes.
Councilman Haas? Councilwoman Doyle?
Yes.
And Supervisor Flood?
Yes.
Did they say they could do that right away?
Right away.
Great.
I put Kent Hollow Mining here just for a second. We did receive the discs. Mr. Burdick dropped off the discs of this, so it can be downloaded, but it's a huge file. So Nina's company actually helped us
What is it?
do Kent Hollow.
The application.
The application?
Right.
Okay.
So we have copies of that here, but there's no way, I guess we could put up on the website, I think. We'll have to see where we are with this. And then we do have, after the meeting, we'll have an executive session at the end. We have an attorney coming in here, David Everett from Albany, who's going to come in and make a presentation tonight.
Usually if something's that big, what we usually do is put a link
Yep.
so
Right.
people can just, click on the link and then get to,
Can they set that up? Or BAS people or the
Yeah, well, it's
website?
gonna go on our
the
web,
website,
so
yeah.
We'll have to see if we can get,
Yeah. I don't see why not
link
then.
up.
Is David Everett giving just a kind of a
Yeah.
pro bono advice to us?
Correct.
Or he's
I asked him
coming
to come
into-
down. He's been highly recommended by Nina and some other groups that he's worked with.
Uh-huh.
So he's an
No,
environmental
I
law
saw
firm.
his
Right.
whole resume. I just
Right.
wondered if he's coming in to interview or if he's actually coming in to just talk to us about.
Both.
Okay.
about pending litigation.
Right. The tentative 2013 budget is done, which I think we have to schedule a public hearing, a meeting, correct?
Yes, we need to have some discussion on it.
Okay. You want to have a discussion later or at the public hearing?
Well, before the public hearing,
Okay.
because the tentative is the one you can make changes.
Sure. You want to?
And I think there's things to discuss in it.
I think it would be good if the board could go through it as a whole before the public meetings.
Sure.
Before Thursday, so.
Yeah.
Is that all right with everybody else?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah. I haven't had a chance to, I mean, I just picked it up today.
Right, I'm not ready
You're
either.
just getting it, I think.
So next week would have to be Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday. I've got a meeting on Wednesday. So Tuesday, the 15th or 16th are available for me.
Yeah, I have a meeting on Monday, so I could do it Tuesday.
Tuesday's looking good. How about
Tuesday's fine with me.
I can come anytime.
Great.
5 o'clock on Tuesday? Or-
Yep.
Okay.
This is just for an executive session, or what is this? Do I need to be there?
Oh, this would be a public meeting, wouldn't it?
It's a
We'd have
public
to
meeting for
advertise it.
discuss the budget, the tentative budget,
5 o'clock.
5 o'clock.
Will the notice be published or out there in time?
What's the date today? Can you do that tonight?
Tonight?
Tomorrow? We're not here tomorrow.
You want it for Tuesday.
72 hours notice.
I'll send something over to the newspaper, I'll put a note on the door, I'll ask Mike to put it on the TV, how's that?
That's fine. That should be fine, right?
Yep.
Great.
So it's a general meeting, do we call it a general meeting?
Special
For the budget? It's a
Special meeting
Special, it is a
for
special
the
meeting.
budget.
At 5 o'clock.
Mhm.
Did you get that, Mike?
Got it.
That's one down.
That's good.
The Recreation Department, they want to buy a digger and drag mat,
You
cube
gave
room
me.
combo.
Yeah, see it. Oh, that's the new one that was here.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
And price is $524.99. I need a motion to accept that price.
That's the low bid versus $740.99, $649.99, and $524.99 is the low bid.
What was the price? The low bid price?
$24.99.
And what do you call it?
It's a drag mat field groomer,
Digger combo,
Digger?
combo.
diamond digger and drag mat field groomer.
There's, it says freight too on there, $50. Total order amount
Oh,
574.
Oh, I'm sorry, $574.99.
Okay. It's still, is it still the lowest?
Yes.
Yeah.
A motion? Who's going to make the motion?
I will. I make a motion that we authorize Recreation to purchase a diamond digger and drag mat field groomer combo at the low bid of $574.99.
Second? Vicki Doyle.
I'll second that.
Councilwoman?
Just a discussion.
Okay.
Where is this going to be stored? Will it be under lock and key?
Well, that's a question,
Yes.
yeah. That's
And the,
everything should be under lock and key at this point.
I'd want to make sure when it does arrive that it doesn't disappear. So,
Right.
I mean, yes, okay.
Okay. Councilwoman Reamer?
Yes.
Councilwoman Perotti?
yes.
Councilman Haas? Councilwoman Doyle?
Yes.
And Supervisor Flood?
Yes.
Now, is there other recreation, or?
No, that's all I got.
Well,
Any more?
yeah, I just want to see what's going on with the mulch. I guess we tried to purchase some with Dover, but Dover doesn't need any right now. We have a price of mulch of 100 cubic yards for $3,510. And that would be enough for Beekman Park and also the Wassaic Park.
Do we have 2 bids for that? Because it would need a couple of bids, right, to meet our procurement policy?
Well, he can,
Unless it's state bid.
this is state bid.
Okay, then you don't need the comparative bids, right? So I
No,
think we
this is
should
state
do
bid.
it. If it's a safety issue, we.
It says, in fact, he has the New York State contract number here,
Okay.
on here.
Um,
Because right now, what we have, we're not compliant.
Right.
Because, you know, well, you were
I
down there,
know,
when we
I
went
know.
down there
There's
to
no-
clean.
It's padding for children who fall from
Right,
the items.
You buy it now, or you buy it in the spring?
Now,
now,
So is that what Recreation recommends we do, is go with
Yeah.
this and get it
we
done?
need it before freeze. We can get it.
yeah, they could get it now.
And then it gets stored, and then,
No, they're gonna put it in.
oh,
It goes underneath the playground equipment. It's
Okay.
on, when we were down, like when we went down the Wasaig Park and we were cleaning the weeds and things from under the equipment, there's a line at the bottom of the equipment that shows how high the mulch should
Oh.
come up to, and the
Mhm.
line is like, I mean, the line is here and the mulch is here. So
Is this-
we're not even close.
Is this something that's gotta be done every year?
No,
No,
No.
only when it
it's settled.
Disappears.
Settles in.
Yeah.
Yeah, this hasn't been done for several years.
Right.
normally you can fluff it and get it back up like it should be. But once it's totally packed, there's no restoring.
Have we budgeted for this? Is this coming out of a line item, the
Yes.
supplies line?
Coming
Out of the parks line.
Okay,
Parks line.
good. I'd make a motion that we go ahead and get this done.
I second.
Councilwoman Reamer?
yes.
Councilwoman Perotti?
Yes.
Councilman Haas? Councilwoman Doyle?
Yes?
And Supervisor Flood.
Yes. Resolution number,
68.
there's been some emails, do you want to
I-
read this in, or we
I
table
don't
this
have
thing
this.
tonight?
I
We're
think we should-
tabling it.
I think we should table it, that, just reading through the, it has Mechanic Street meeting 44, it's not accurate, and the dimensions are not accurate, so I think we'll table it, and I'd also like to see a diagram with it too, which I mentioned before.
We
I think it's
agreed to do
important
that.
for people to interpret if we're having, the public informed, so next week would be better.
Someone want to make that, I'm going to abstain from the vote, so it's,
A motion that we
Oh.
table the resolution until we have a diagram and the information from Pete Sotero confirming the actual distances.
A second.
Councilwoman Reamer?
Yes.
Councilwoman Perotti?
Yes.
Councilman Haas? Councilwoman Doyle?
Yes.
And Supervisor Flood.
abstain. Did you get the minutes? Are the minutes?
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Everybody else have the minutes?
I am.
Motion to accept the minutes.
I'll make that motion.
Vicky
Of
Doyle.
August 16th, 2012.
And second,
I'll second that.
Darlene Reamer. Councilwoman Reamer.
Yes.
Councilwoman Perotti.
Yes.
Councilman Haas. Councilwoman Doyle.
Yes.
And Supervisor Flood.
Yes. Supervisor's report, I've sent you emails the other day, or last week, about this VAS system which we have to collect the taxes. Which if you look at the last page, there's a number of things that it does. You can pay your taxes online. It'll take Visa or MasterCard, which is no charge to the town. It's charged back to the card holder. Also, it will take a check, which you just punch in your number. It also will print out a receipt, so everyone can do their receipts. It'll also accept, which it has now, what's not being used is it will also accept the payments from the banks and from the escrow accounts, which will make life a lot easier for the tax collectors, for the town clerk, actually. The cost of the total thing is $2,040, and the annual hosting fee is $450, so it'll be $2,490.
And $450 every year after that
Yeah,
for maintenance.
correct.
So everybody's going with this BAS system. There's no other game in town for all town software. I'm understanding this. I guess it shouldn't be that there's no other game in town. It's just that they have
We already have the
specialized.
system.
We have so much already built in.
No. We have most of the system already in
Right,
place.
so we're just
It's not
buying the
being
software.
used.
Right.
It's not that it's not being used, it's that other things needed to be put with it, which
Correct.
cost money to have it go. That's why. It's not like it's sitting there and we just didn't use it,
Well, some of it's not being used.
because we don't know how.
Well, and
Yeah.
this also includes the training.
So the basic software was there, but you need additional software in
Yes.
order to make it work?
Make it work, yeah.
It's like an add-on,
Well, you
I
have
would
to
think.
add
It's an
on
add-on
the,
of a module,
the,
right? It's an
I have no
optional.
idea. I don't know how it works. I've never seen it work. I don't know.
I'm guessing that you add on this particular module additional.
It's in order to take the credit card.
Yeah. Oh, physical as well as, yeah. So
Oh,
you've
like
got
a scanner?
hardware.
Right, you have to have hardware, also the system has to work with the bank
Yeah.
to make it work.
And there's no other cost because they're
Nope.
going to absorb the Visa charges.
There's no charge to the town. Actually, the town of
taxpayer.
Wappingers does it. There's a few other towns and duchies that are doing it, and more are gonna do it,
Yeah,
because it's so much easier for people.
for
to-
everyone,
For
right,
everyone
right.
to use it. It's just it's a smart move at this point. You can just sit home, pay your taxes, and be done with it.
I know.
You also
Does
can use it to
sound-
pay your dog license. You can do for this stuff, but I'm not even going there for this part, so.
Is that part of the software or
It
is
could
that an
be.
additional fee?
Yeah, I didn't really get into it, so,
Yeah.
I didn't get into it. And also the county, I don't know if Mike probably be here next week. I know the county's in discussion to split the payments. The county payments into two payments. So,
They talked about that a few years
yeah,
back.
they've talked about it now,
Mhm.
that people are having a tough time coming up with all their tax money, that they may split it. But that takes an act of the county
Mhm.
legislature, and I don't know if there's enough votes to do it.
I don't
Some of the
think,
towns
because
are
how does the
complaining.
town live, until they get their money?
Right.
It's,
So that's an issue
Mhm.
that some of the big cities are having,
Yes.
same way with us. And
Yep.
it's a little bit more work for the town clerks.
So this wasn't budgeted. This certainly is an interesting option for the town, but it wasn't, in fact,
No,
budgeted. It's good
Next
for
year's
90
budget.
days.
next year's
This
budgeted.
quote for is
But
good
we
for
can use
3
it
months.
now, we can start now
Yeah?
to get ready for the new tax season and the training.
Do you have an opinion on this?
I do. Would you like to hear it?
Yes.
Okay. First of all, I think whoever is going to be working with the taxes should go and see how this works. This is a little complicated. You make it sound so easy. It's not. And you have to know what you're doing. Let's remember it's like $5 billion that you're going to be dealing with. You should go and see how it works. If you have questions, someone is there who's already done it.
Well, they can do it online, they'll do it online, we did it online. It's
You did it online.
sure, we looked at it online.
Okay.
It's like a
Yes,
module or
yeah, it's a
something that you
module.
can practice? Probably like a test module.
I-
She should
I like
actually
to-
do that.
And then
Well, the clerk should go and see.
Well, you can do it Monday morning.
Well, do you want to go to, like, the town of Beekman?
Yeah, someone that has it, and then.
Yeah, what do our customers think? There's a receiver of taxes in town of Beekman, if you want to take a road trip
I
and
would
go
s-
see it.
I would suggest somebody go and see how it actually works before you just plug it in and think it's going to work by
Mhm.
itself.
Well,
You
there's
know,
training
Well, it does work.
involved.
There's training
There's
involved.
right
You gotta
here.
train
Mhm.
here.
They would do half a day, including travel expenses of system configuration and training. So they'd spend a half a day with you guys.
It makes sense to do it while we have a new town clerk coming in,
I
rather
would
than
wait.
train them in one way and then say, okay, a couple
Well,
months later,
don't
we're
you think
gonna...
you should wait for her, the clerk?
Well, we can start the training anytime.
Yeah.
Would you
Well,
mind
we have
letting
a
the
half a
clerk do
day
it?
complimentary training, so we
Right.
would want to do them
No,
together.
do both
Yeah.
together.
Yeah.
Sure,
yeah.
sure, sure.
I agree with Patty that, you know, I'd feel more comfortable that the town clerk, the incoming town
Absolutely.
clerk, would be a part of this decision. It's an investment.
Well, it's
not,
also a
you know,
money saving issue.
2,500.
Yeah.
Well, it's a cost to us and a service to other people, and it may reduce the labor involved, but we don't know that for sure. I mean, that's my sense.
Well, that
That's what
will.
you're talking about, reducing our expenses here?
Correct.
Is that we'd reduce the number of yeah, that's.
You know, you don't have to have all of the escrow accounts, from my understanding of how this works, it automatically takes them. You reconcile them at whenever you want to reconcile them, the town clerk can reconcile the bills, and it automatically does it and collects the money, deposits the money, and prints out a receipt.
Oh, it sounds like a huge help. I mean,
Correct.
anybody who does web banking
Sounds
already
exciting.
knows
Right.
how incredibly easy it is to transfer funds. You know, we hardly go into the bank these days, really.
Correct.
I mean, you don't have to drive.
No.
And we can, you know, if we have fewer hours at the town clerk's office, no Fridays, it does give
Right.
people more options to do this at their leisure, at their time frame. I'm all for it, but I, like Patty, would think that we'd give the courtesy. There's no rush to get it done. You're not doing taxes right now.
Not right now, no.
And we get the new town clerk in, and she gets on board and goes
I
and does her
agree.
own
Yeah.
research and makes sure she's
That
comfortable.
makes sense to me. We're going to do training,
we
we need
may-
to have everybody who's going to be using it.
Well, that's exactly what we said. You could do the training Monday morning, you can do it next week. It takes 4 or 5 hours, that's it, you're done.
But we don't have an elected town clerk yet, so.
Yeah.
Well, you only have one person around.
But you could have a
Well, right
write-in.
now.
I mean, I think until we get the town clerk really officially hired, is that too late? January 1 to
Well, the bills
put
go
this in?
out by the 15th, so you tell me.
January 15th?
Mm-hmm.
So it's a question of whether or not they feel comfortable running with it anyway. You think the new town clerk will be involved in getting the bills out
Oh, absolutely.
when she hits
Oh,
the...
absolutely, yeah.
Yeah, so I think
Well,
it's up
when's the
to them.
election, November 4th, right?
Oh, that's true, we'll know.
So-
Yeah, they can be trained ahead of time. Yeah, that's true.
Sure. It should
Yeah.
be, it should be.
November 4th, we should make a decision.
Right, should go in this, we should have it up and operational by for this
Yeah,
tax season,
yeah.
so it could be done.
So that would be December?
So at our November
yeah.
board meeting, we could pass it,
Right.
accept the bid.
Willow Lane is under construction, should be done pretty much by tomorrow. There's some issues with some drainage a little bit, but they're coming out, they're here today. We've been to site, Victoria, myself, and Stanley been there. I've been there a couple times, I was there today. There's some issues that we're dealing with now with, what's the engineer's name? Dan
Wheeler?
He's going out there tomorrow with a surveyor and do some other stuff, and he's gonna meet Stanley, I think, in the morning, 9 o'clock. So if anybody's around, you wanna stop down, he'll be there at 9. I spoke to Mike Haggerty tonight, he's not gonna make the meeting, but this, Main Street grant, actually, he would like to meet, we need to have a meeting with him to facilitate this thing. I did get a call from Ron Hicks from Mark Molinari's office, who received a call, I think her name is Vargas, who's in charge of the New York State grant
Renewal, yes.
program. Would like to bring the governor here, so they want this thing up and running. So
When?
As soon as possible, if we can get some of it done and moving.
So why don't we
Well, we
combine our
have
budget
applications.
We have applications, but the board has to go over the applications and make some decisions where we're gonna, I think there's 6 or 7 applications that have come in so far.
Mhm.
Right, is there 6?
Yes.
6 or 7?
Mhm.
So we need to get those up and running. So some of it can get done this year. I don't know if we're gonna get painting done this year, but glass and so on and so forth can get done, and whatever repairs have to be done, maybe we can get that done this year.
They came in with estimates and,
Yep.
yeah, so they should be
Yep.
ready
So it'd
to.
be nice to get copies before that meeting.
Mike
When we all-
is making copies.
Okay. So we
And I
can
also
review
know
them?
There's no way we're gonna do it on the Tuesday night, we'll never get through it.
No.
I did receive a call from Ian on Tuesday. The DEC has approved the permit for the transfer station at the Rub site. So that takes 30 days to get that permit. And I signed the license agreement the week before. So that's being worked on now, so we should have that shortly.
One comment that had come up over and over again was proper ingress egress, and I don't know, is that the New York State DOT that would handle looking at the safety of sight distance and the, I don't think
Well,
DEC looks at that, do they, or do they?
Who?
It's part of their permit, New York State DEC?
No.
So it's the New York State DOT that would,
Right, but they're open 5 days a week, so it's not like you're gonna get
any,
major traffic other than, you're open, 3 days a week now. So, but the DOT is coming, I did ask, Pete Sotero was here 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, when before he went on vacation. He looked at Mechanic Street and some other stuff. He was gonna call the DOT.
Chuck Walters,
Well, whatever the head guy is,
the engineering.
the engineering department, bring him out here, so we can have him take a look at it when we
Yeah.
come out. Yeah.
It wouldn't hurt just to show
maybe you have to put
citizens
some
we
signs up
looked
and
at
so on
it.
and so
and-
forth.
Yeah, is there any way of making people feel easier about the
Or
increased traffic?
signage?
Yeah, signage.
All that stuff is important for people just going over there for the first time.
I did order some pedestrian crossing signs. We got them, they're pretty flimsy, so I ordered some other ones. We're sending these other ones back for 343. And I bought ones that, because the cars keep hitting the thing, ones that they'll flip back up.
Oh.
Like they,
You can get a kind that,
yeah, they flip back up. We'll see how long they last.
oh my
They hit
God.
them pretty hard, so. And then also, John Culligan was telling me today that the New York State has signs, permanent signs that they'll put up. So when this engineer comes, that's something that we're gonna have to put up also.
But I would also say that the last fellow to look at it, Steve Munson, came out, the planner from New York State, and he suggested we lobby hard for a
Right.
blinking light there, just so everybody knows there's something going on there. It's an intersection that's complicated.
There's no question.
Yeah. And it would give the emergency vehicles, that extra measure of, people slowing down.
Did he say how we go about doing that?
Lobby at the New York State the Poughkeepsie Transportation meetings is the place to start, and get
I
the,
think they're scheduling a meeting this October, so I'm on that.
that'd be great.
Yeah. Yeah, I think we ought to get that started. I think it would be helpful.
Because when they are late for that train, they fly through there. It's incredible.
Mm-hmm.
And I have talked to
It's,
the,
yeah, it's very hard.
I sent you an email, I have talked to the state police. They've beefed up their patrols, for the speeders. So we see them around quite often. Sheriff's office, they're here sporadically. So that's, and the state police do not issue parking tickets, nor will the sheriff's office.
But our constables may be able to.
I don't know if they can. I haven't checked that.
So Fenton is looking into that, because I remember that we did add that as a special, optional responsibility that we could add into our code, and there is some provision for issuing some sort of violations to a certain type of vehicle. So he's hopefully going to ask our lawyer if he can't personally figure out what the ability of our constables to enforce parking, no parking. We could pay them our rate instead of the $50 per hour that the state police would.
State police won't do it.
The county will do that for $50 an hour. They won't do it
All you
either.
need for the county is $50 an hour to have the sheriffs here. That's it. They will not issue parking tickets.
Okay, so it's up to us to manage parking tickets. Okay.
I forgot the handbook. Do you want to schedule a meeting? To sit down and go over this thing and get it done?
Do we need a meeting?
It's up to you. Up to the board.
Who's on that committee? It's Victoria,
Myself,
Lana,
Lana,
Stan,
Stan,
Dan.
Sherry.
Norm, Sherry. I would look to that committee because I only attended one meeting and don't feel like I have enough grasp of all the issues they
There's just a
discussed.
few changes we have to do, I think, right? There's only a few.
Well, I think in the last,
We've
yes,
got most of it done. The insurance is, we're not gonna deal with the insurance at this point. The hours of the one guy. The only thing I would do is we'll have to take a look at the part-time hours. That's, for insurance purposes.
The definition of part-time.
Yeah. You have part-timers that pay for their own insurance. In the old,
that isn't even in the old book.
you're right, it's not in the old book, so we have to add it. I'm sure we can do that.
Okay. It's up to the committee, you know, whether or not
I
that's
think
a
it-
full
Just
board
do it,
discussion
or-
or if that's something the committee
Yeah.
can make a decision.
I think that was put in, if I remember
Yeah, all
correctly.
right. Well, why don't Victoria and I meet next week and we'll go over it, and we'll come up
Yeah.
with something and we'll be done with it.
Okay.
We're close.
Okay.
It's not that big a deal. That's it. That's all I got.
I would like to say that Smithfield Church is having its annual turkey supper coming up on November 3rd, Saturday. 3 servings, 4:45, 6 o'clock, and 7:15. And tickets can be reserved by calling Frida Thompson, 373-8454.
What?
8454.
And when is it?
The 3rd, November
3rd, yes. 4:45, 6 o'clock, and 7:15.
I think
That's all I
there's a South Amenia church dinner also. I think it's on the 20th. I have the tickets at home, but I think it's their roast beef dinner at the South Amenia Church on the 20th, and you can call Janet Reagan to confirm that. It's 373-9620. There's also a spaghetti dinner for, oh, you got it? You want
Yeah.
to talk about it? That'd be great.
There's a spaghetti dinner Friday, October 12th, sponsored by Cub Scout Pack 29, serving from 5 to 7 p.m. at the Wasack Firehouse. Dinner includes meals, salad, rolls, and beverage, dessert bake sale, pay at the door. There's to-go trays available, adults $10, kids 12 and under $8. For more info, call Jen at 845-902-0210. Also this weekend is the Wasack Auxiliary Pancake Breakfast on Sunday, October 14th at the Wasack Firehouse. Adults $7, seniors $6, children under 12 or $4. We're also going to be offering our defensive driving program on October 29th and 30th at the Town Hall from 6:30 to 9:30 in the Planning Board room. The class will be taught by Stephen Williams. He's certified by the Empire State Safety Council. Upon completion of the class, students are eligible for an immediate 10% reduction in their collision and auto liability premium, which includes property damage, bodily damage, and personal injury protection. The discount will apply for 3 years. The class will also reduce up to 4 points on one's license if there have been violations during the past 18 months. The fee is $45. Enrollment is open to the public. The course is open to all drivers, regardless of age or driving experience. For more information, call Stephen Williams at 518-203-1295 or email Stephen at drivesmart.us to enroll. Seating is limited to 40 people. This information is also on Channel 22 and is available at the Town Hall for anyone who's interested in attending this class.
I'd mentioned that the Enhancement Committee will be meeting on Wednesday, October 17th at 5:30 here at Town Hall. one thing we do need to get onto, every year it comes up very fast, is the Holiday of Lights. And this year we intend to have a parade, and we're going to work with the fire company, and we're going to end it here at the town hall for a big tree lighting ceremony here. And we'll need lots of help, and you're encouraged to now be thinking about a motorized anything. I guess it could be a lawnmower, or a bicycle, or anything. Kids could line up at the old town hall, the fire company, on Mechanic Street, and then they're going to parade through the town to...
The fire department's running the parade, right? I think
Yes,
that's-
they're running all of that.
Right.
So, but you want to
Should be
think
fun
now about a float or anything, you can even walk. And if you're a Cub Scout or a Girl Scouts or any citizen, anything, friends,
What's the
neighborhood
date,
fun.
Vicki?
It's going to be Saturday, December 8th.
December 8th, okay.
Let me just make sure. Saturday, December 8th, 2:30 to 6:30, and we're going to have a finale here.
And if it's cold enough, we're gonna have ice skating at the tennis court. And then
Sounds
a
good.
bonfire and some other stuff and so on and so forth. So it should be a fun
It's
night.
time to start thinking about all those activities. I would also say that we're having a CAC meeting, as far as I know, on October 25th at 7 p.m. If there's a budget conflict, we'll work out another place to meet. But as far as I know, we're still meeting on, that's a Thursday, October 25th.
Are you ready
at
to
7
buy
p.m.
trees?
Well, I have about $114 left in the enhancement line, so I was going to use some of that to we're going to clean out the barrels, and we buy for $6 each the small trees to replace.
All right. I mean,
But I don't know about,
here
you
we
know,
have to buy some trees.
here or down. I don't have enough for all of that.
I was talking, do you actually trees for downtown? We have that grant. When do you buy these trees? Now?
For real
Tree
planted trees.
Right. Real
That
trees.
money is available now.
Correct.
Yeah. So if people have an idea where
Well, no,
they'd
no, I
like
thought
a
that-
tree.
Doesn't Leo, don't you, the committee has an idea where they want to put these trees?
Last I understood, that Leo's group was going to do a civic garden, and we've mentioned a few places, such as the rail trail beginning and end, and any other place along the rail trail that will need enhancing. No need to spend tax dollars on it if there's already a fund for enhanced, landscaping.
But you have the grant. That's what I'm saying. You have $25,000 in the Main Street grant.
Oh, the Main Street grant, I
For
don't yet
trees.
have any specifics, other than Leo did a drawing for downtown Main Street, and they're in the process of, I believe Nina was looking at changing it into design guidelines that would be part of our code and adopting it in a formal fashion, but I'm not sure how far we are. Leo's had a little setback, so I could get back to us on Thursday as to what the stage is that we're in for that.
Because I also talked to Zoe and Jeff. They're open to having trees at the Maxim Mills site,
Okay.
so we could plant a few there, a couple, whatever.
So I'll talk to Zoe about locations. I know at CAC, I think it is a good idea to have some sense of what it is each committee is doing, if we can at all do that. We did meet September 19th. Both CJ and I attended, and we talked a lot about the transfer station, the pros and the cons, which are now pretty much under the water. But I want everybody to know that we take these things seriously, and Dave Reagan does a serious amount of research that is very helpful in educating the two of us and other members on that committee.
There was also a discussion about zoning and really what the issues are about having public versus private waste management in town. That was really the other part of it.
Very good and helpful discussion that helped us understand better the situation.
I have one more announcement, unless, CJ, I didn't mean to interrupt you. Are you?
Oh, no, my one question is, obviously, sorry I missed most of the meeting, but did it come up earlier, issues with security at Beacon Park, and basically it seems like there are people going up there and, you know, leaving trash, but not just like regular users of the park that are using it legally, but people are going up there and leaving trash, and at some point I think we need to try to come up with some solution to deal with that, because it does seem, I know we've heard from at least one resident that's been going up there and picking up trash that is being left behind, and it doesn't seem like it's just from the regular use of the park. So I know it's difficult, obviously, without a local police force, but I know there are always discussions of whether to chain the fence and bar entry, or if it's easier to just have it, the gate wide open so police can from time to time. Has that come up in your discussions about local security, Bill, with state troopers or sheriffs? Do they patrol back there?
I can have them, I know the sheriffs do. They swing in there, but the troopers, obviously with the staff that we have, so on and so forth, but I guess in the past, the public wants the park open. That's what it should be, right? There is a gate, the gate's been broken.
But it's dawn to dusk, right? I mean, there are...
So, yeah, the problem is who's gonna go shut the gate
Oh, yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Dusk.
Open it up the next morning
Right.
so that the kids can play, yeah.
You know, we're gonna redo the front of that. That's gonna be done, it's hopefully this fall. But I don't know if we can change the gate or whatever you wanna do, maybe, I don't know, people go in the winter time, if they use it, I don't know, do they use it?
There's, if you
There are a lot of people
pull in
in
there,
there.
there are people parking
It's
there.
amazing how many people use this little thing in the back. A lot, it's, you know, it's in terrible condition, but a lot of
They
people
do.
use it.
Well, we have to bring that up to speed.
Right, that has to be brought up to speed, there's no question. Okay, any other comments?
I have one more
Oh, I'm sorry.
event. The Amenia Library is having their book and bake sale Saturday, October 13th from 10 to 2. So come out and support your local library and get some delicious baked goods and buy a good book to read.
I also wanted to just reinforce what Kevin said earlier. The fall bulbs are now available for pickup at the town hall, both Saturday and Sunday. That's the 13th and 14th, this Saturday and Sunday, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. both days. You can pick up daffodils, tulips, and kyandoxa here at the town hall, and you should be a Amenia resident, and half at least should go out by the roadside or along the trails so that it's in civic places so that people can enjoy it. Thanks for planting.
Okay, we need to adjourn the meeting and go into an executive session.
I make a motion that we adjourn the,
No, it's just that we
Oh.
enter executive session. We don't
Oh.
adjourn the meeting until afterwards.
okay.
Okay, so we have a motion to adjourn into,
No.
we have a
I'm sorry.
motion
To go into
executive session, into
To discuss some legal matters.
executive session.
She's so tired.
Does everybody say yes, yes?
Yes.
I second that. Wait, did someone second? Someone did.
I'll second it.
Vicky is my second girl.
All in favor?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.